Hi everyone, it's Zach with Palantir Research. Palantir gets new deals, short interest goes down, as well as some positive results disclosed by NHS England so far for the winter months and many more. So looking at the stock first, Palantir is up over 3% for the week. They fought tooth and nail this week trying to close above $17, but wasn't able to do so. However, we are range bound here, bouncing between the lower and upper 16s, and I'm just going to continue to monitor if this still remains. Now, this week started off with a bang where Palantir released their first press release of 2024, and it's a multi-year commercial deal with a U.S. healthcare company called Option Health. They are a publicly traded company worth almost $6 billion and does around $4 billion in revenue per year. Now, the interesting part is that in the press release, we see those are all too familiar use cases that we've already seen being built out and implemented at other healthcare customers for Palantir. Nurse scheduling, administrative cost reduction, supply chain management when it comes to medical supplies and drugs as well. So the major point of this partnership is that Option Care is the largest independent home infusion services provider in the United States. This is in all 50 states too, so although they aren't a huge, large, sprawling health system, they're all over the country here. And as for a for-profit institution, the motivation to increase their top and bottom line while maintaining their clinical outcomes is crucial. Since they are publicly traded, we can hopefully see some positive financial outcomes in the coming quarters that, with fingers crossed, can be directly attributed to their investment in Palantir. Then next, we have Keith Fitzgerald posting his Fox Business interview, still remaining a strong bull for Palantir and the stock, and using the growing number of use cases as his reference. It was just a quick part of his overall segment, but he's got to add his 2 cents, saying he can see Palantir as a $50 stock in a few years. Those bold round price numbers are always attention getters. Now, the reality of this happening still has to be proven, but like I've said, if we get a chance in expectations, maybe from earnings and guidance that they give in the future going up, you never really know how the market will react until you get to that point. Plus, a lot can happen over a couple years in either direction, so we'll see if Keith changes his tone later on this price prediction. And then Palantir met at the White House with the NSC, or National Security Council members, on Monday. They gathered with a bunch of other tech companies who have been helping with Ukraine and were trying to discuss how they can further assist the country. They brought up specific examples that they are already public knowledge that Palantir has covered with demining, targeting. Now, for me, the highlight was that they also discussed how they can set up the U.S. defense industrial base out in Ukraine, which can be further expanded to nearby conflicts that are critical. So this screams expansion to me, or at least the start of developing the infrastructure out in Ukraine or in that area to set up another defense base for the United States and allies to develop their defense technology and get that manufactured. So more to see, and honestly, this is not unexpected by me considering how much Palantir has come to the aid of Ukraine, as well as the U.S. government, as well in the region. So hopefully this leads to more deals. And then Palantir released videos from their clients utilizing AIP and AIP boot camps at their inaugural Palantir pre-Lightning talk. They posted the videos for the clients Mount Sinai, a hospital based in my hometown of Chicago, Lowe's, which we all know is the home improvement retailer, the New York Stock Exchange, of course, and BCG, or Boston Consulting Group. They are fantastic, in my opinion, here for marketing because each client snippet is between 3 to 5 minutes long, and they're straight to the point here, talking about the benefits of AIP, the speed at which they're able to see value, as well as working with the team here. And I covered all 4 on my Palantir Daily number 39 from Tuesday, so check those out for more detailed thoughts. But just for this video, the most standout speaker, in my opinion, was Mount Sinai, because first, it's more healthcare exposure for Palantir, and it shows how big it is for them, but they actually revealed quantitative results of being able to get their pilot up and ready in 4 months and implemented for their emergency department reach out program. So they were able to treat symptoms much earlier, and turns out to be better for the patients. Who would have known that, right? But at scale, this actually made 20 more beds available per month without any net addition of new beds, meaning their existing assets have become more efficient and more valuable, and also available when the influxes actually happen and are needed. And then the best part too was revealed that the annualized ROI for this specific use case at one department at one hospital was $1.5 million a year. So they sounded pretty excited here just from getting those numbers to spread Palantir to more care facilities as well as more use cases. So this is so powerful and amazing marketing for Palantir, especially in the healthcare industry here. But check out all those speakers. And then Alex Karp spoke at Tel Aviv University out in Israel. This is during the same time that Palantir's first board meeting of the year will be held in Israel. Now, for the event that we got an article on, no filming was allowed, so maybe a video will surface at some point in the future. But essentially, Alex Karp shared his thoughts in Israel, the U.S.'s relationship as well, and the public's response. And we know his stance here, where the silence, even if quiet support, is not good and not enough. But I think as an investor, the most revealing part was that Karp alluded to shortly finding out the work Palantir has been doing with Israel, which we all saw with Ukraine too, and that took a while to play out actually to slowly get more use cases revealed. So maybe we will quickly get it this time here and finding out the exact ways that the Israeli government and the IDF are using Palantir, and maybe there are new and creative ways that haven't been done before. So regardless of your personal politics as a shareholder of the company, this support is expected to continue. And in addition to the visit of the university, Palantir also met with leadership of the government government and the Ministry of Defense there. And they finally had a disclosure from Palantir's EVP Josh Harris that a strategic partnership has been entered between the Israeli Defense Ministry and the company. So there's no speculation left here, really. There are specific mission efforts that they're going to help with their technology, and it's going to be utilized in the conflicts going around in the region there. Albeit we don't really get any more details disclosed, though, with dollar amounts and stuff or time periods. And then also news update, too, for short interest for Palantir, showing that it keeps falling and has decreased another 6.61% since mid-December. That's measuring out around 101.39 million shares, and that's sold short here, which is about 5.55% of the float as of December 29, 2023. And then we also get Palantir's second healthcare partnership of the week, officially having a PR on Palantir's investor relation website with University of Colorado Anschutz Medical Campus. And note, the contract linked is for $30 million from the NIH, but that is to Colorado, looking to be the center running all of this research initiative here. So Palantir wouldn't be getting all of this, but probably some portion as the technology backbone is noted. And it's for an 18-month base period with an additional 4 years there, optionally. So the big thing here is that this continues to show Palantir at all angles of healthcare on the research end of things now, and working with partners not only operationally. So we'll see how this plays out, and if this project continues on, even grows to more ties together with more data sets. And then at that point, we could say that Palantir is having a successful partnership, and they're also working with many other universities that are in on this. Plus, this gives them that reputation of building exposure to these medical and research institutions to possibly consider into future other endeavors and projects. And then continuing with more healthcare here, NHS England has disclosed their performance so far in the winter months, and surprisingly, they are outperforming pretty much on all measures that they're doing. Now note, they don't specifically say Palantir here, but a lot of these performance metrics have been the pilot use cases or have been hinted at for the federated data platform that Palantir obviously has been building for them. And of course, there must be other factors here like getting more staff, but it's definitely not without any effect from Palantir. And starting with their COVID backlog, which was what Palantir was helping with before, they decreased this again for a second month in a row. It fell by 95,000 patients, waiting down to 7.6 million, and that's originally from 7.7 million just a month ago. And they point out, too, the effective recovery blueprint also had 60,000 fewer patients waiting for care. So continued backlogs going down. And remember, this is all while people are being added to the list as well, and new stuff pops up. So this is a net decrease despite that, and plus the winter season, which is usually busy for them and when it spikes. Now, in actually providing treatment, the NHS delivered more than 1.63 million in November, which is the highest activity they have on record, and is 150,000 more than the pre-pandemic level comparison, so November 2019. So in turn, this also decreased the patients who've been waiting for over a year to the lowest level since May 2022, down 59% from its peak. So not only are they taking care of backlogs, but actually getting patients treated is happening in record numbers. So similar to other Palantir clients, you not only make use of your assets, you actually become more efficient with them to get more productivity from the existing ones, which compounds onto itself to get these kind of reductions. Then on the diagnostic front, more than 2.3 million patients were able to receive their vital tests and checks, and this is a 15% increase compared to the equivalent pre-pandemic month in 2019. And another specific use case of Palantir in the trials is cancer diagnosis and appointment wait time reductions. We see more than 200,000 people receive the all-clear or a definitive diagnosis for cancer diagnosis within 4 weeks, which is the highest level they've ever achieved. And we predicted this, that the faster you get patients seen with cancer, the better it is for everyone, including those with and without it. You're able to focus on the resources on those who truly need it, those who have a positive diagnosis, while giving peace of mind to those who don't have to worry about having cancer and don't have to schedule another appointment. So faster definitive diagnoses are a game changer. And then also, while speaking about speed, ambulance performance has improved significantly. Urgent incidents like heart attacks and strokes received in ambulance 47 minutes faster than in December of 2022. And this is despite an increase in the demand of it, so there's been more cases. So even though they're getting more calls, they're still responding faster. And then for category 1, it was 2 minutes faster than the same month last year, despite having more than any month in all of 2023. So it's both great to hear for patients because every second counts in these cases. Now, the big kahuna here, admissions, the treasure that every hospital wants to get right. They were able to admit more patients at a record number as well, while noting this is the record flu season. And they were able to save several thousands of lost time due to ambulance delay handovers when compared to last year. So yeah, Palantir isn't mentioned here specifically, but we know they are most definitely here, and the clues are showing that the FDP is helping to provide this, affecting ambulances, traffic, waiting lists, cancer diagnoses. All of these are interconnected, and when improvement happens in one area, it compounds to free up resources and then put more into other areas that need it, and then it snowballs into these reductions of waiting lists, which brings more availability in the end to get the best treatment for those who need it the most, meaning the quality of care goes up. So fight all you want, UK media, against this, but if you'd rather have the metrics go down in the wrong direction, kill people, have more people sicker, you should just admit that. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.